Hi everyone and welcome to my channel and welcome to my first tutorial in English. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, that will help me a lot, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. I was asked to do a tutorial in English about my kind of flower coaster, and I was asked how I made these, and I thought I'd do a quick tutorial and show you. They're pretty simple, but there is a little trick and it's all about the resin. I use a German brand, it's called Dippon, and it's a resin for about 2 centimeters height, and you really have to let your resin sit for a while. So I left my resin for about 35 minutes in my cup. It's getting warm now, and we can start in a few minutes. So I don't know what brand you are using, but the trick is look what work time you have on your resin. If you have a resin which has just 45 minutes or 30 minutes work time, you don't want to let it sit for 30 minutes in a cup because it will start to get really hot. So my resin has a work time about 60 to 70 minutes, and well, as I said, I let it sit for about 30-35 minutes. It's getting warm. I mixed up about 90 grams of resin, which is, I guess it's about 3 ounces. Well, we have to ask Google for that. 90 grams. And the first thing I do, I mix my colors and then I pour the resin in my molds. So let me just check if you can see how I mix my colors. But no, wait a second. I just put about 10 grams, which is 1 1/3 ounce, I guess, in my little cups, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got 2 little cups of about 10 grams of resin and just 1 tiny cup with a tiny little bit of resin for my glitter. I start with the white. I use a white paste. Well, I saw a video about comparing different brands of white resin pastes, and they all got pretty much the same effect. So I guess it doesn't really matter what kind of paste you use. Should be a highly pigmented paste anyway. And I just use really a tiny little bit, which would be about 1 drop. I saw videos with the Casting Craft, and I think it's a US brand. We don't really get it in Germany, so I have this paste. If you have the Casting Craft, use about 1 drop of the Casting Craft, maybe 2, not too much, because white is the heaviest pigment and it will sink. So just use a little. And then I add 2 drops of the Pinata White. I guess you all know the Pinata White. It's great for Petri art and well, resin flower coasters. Okay, so we mix that up. Just give me a second. I won't use 10 grams for 2 coasters. That's way too much resin, but as I promised, I wanted to make a tutorial for you guys on how I make these coasters. It's about the tutorial, it's not about the effect. Or usually I would make 4 coasters, but I will waste a little bit of resin. Doesn't matter, it's not really much. So we have the white. It's like, well, it's like skim milk. It is opaque, but not really this kind of bright white, which would be too heavy. So I guess this could be okay. And then we will do the second color, and I don't want to repeat the red one. So I use a purple pigment paste, which is basically a blue pigment paste and a red one, and I mixed it by myself so I create some more colors. So we use a drop, which is about this, for the purple. Which is more like a bluish purple, not this pinky purple. I hope this will be okay. It's more bluish. We will add a drop of alcohol ink to it, and I think I will do, no, not the peach one, be right with you. I have like a pink alcohol ink, So I will use 2 drops just to make it just a little bit more like a pinky purple. Is it called pinky purple, blue purple? I don't know. There are so many different kinds of purple. Well, anyway. Okay. So you will also use, or you will also need 2 piping bags. I prefer the piping bags rather than having those Ziploc bags, because they are much easier to use, and you get them on Amazon pretty cheap. I have 3 different sizes, and the bigger ones I will just cut them smaller, so they work. We have the purple, we have the white, we need some glitter. I have like a blue glitter. I really have to be careful because I have my hearts in the mold. They're just pretty fresh made, so not set up. Oh. A little bit of glitter, a little bit more. Okay, so that's it. Okay, let's get started. My resin is getting warm in here. Well, it could have at least 10 to 20 more minutes, but as I said, it's about the tutorial, not about the result. So let's do this. It's getting late here, so I have to get up really early tomorrow morning to go to work. And I really wanted to make this tutorial for you. So in this mold, this is a really small one. It holds about 40 grams of resin. I mixed up 90 minus the 20 for the colors. So they're not completely full, but that doesn't matter. Let me just have a look. They're equally full. Okay, just a bit here and the rest goes in here. Well, they're pretty full. That's okay. Oh, and please leave me in the comments if you want me to do more English tutorials. It's my first one. I try my best. But if you want to have more English tutorials, please let me know. And please give me a thumbs up. I'm kind of nervous doing an English tutorial, I have to admit. All right, that should work. They don't have to be perfect anyway. So let's start with the glitter. No. Let's fill the colors in the piping bags first. So I got 2, I love those little coffee cups. 2 cups. Then I have 2 piping bags. As I said, I got these from Amazon. They're cheap and they're good. One. I don't want my glitter to spread up that much, so that's why I wait and do the piping bags first. With this amount of resin, about these 10 grams, 1/3 ounce, I don't know, you can do probably about at least 4 coasters. You don't really need much color. Or much colored resin, let's say this. All right, this is my white. Then I need another stick. Oh, take this one. Okay. This is the purple. I always use baby wipes without oil and clean my sticks and my silicone cups right after I use them, so I can use them pretty much immediately again. Here we got the white. It's not really getting warm yet. You can snip off this excess, or you can just roll it so it's not in the way when you are piping your flour. All right, so let's get started. Now I try to find the middle of my coaster for the glitter. And you will see this technique is really, really easy. I'm still trying to get the perfect flower coaster with those petals and not many blobs, and I'm really struggling with the petals. The white always sinks and, well, it's not easy. Okay. Done with the glitter. I'm not really prepared. Where do I have my scissors? I am a chaos queen. For those who don't know me, I am a chaos queen and I'm still looking for my scissors. Okay, hold on. I will just try to find it and then I'll be right back. Here we go. Find it. Okay, let's put this out of the way. The glitter. Oh, and I need a paper towel. Okay, my resin is still not really as warm as it should be, so it will be relatively thin, but we will give it a try. It's about the technique. So you just snip a little hole. Oh, it could work. Should be fine. And the purple. Don't put too much alcohol inks in your colors because the resin gets really, really thin and it will spread more and you don't get really, well, you have nice effects, but they're different. So just a tiny bit of alcohol ink in it. Okay. Don't like that hole. Okay. Well, it is, you can see it's just running out of the piping bag. So it is a bit early. But as I said, we will give it a try. Okay. So now I will show you the technique. It is really easy. You just have to pipe like a spiral. I'm off center. Okay, number one. Number two. And then we go in with the purple and I try to go between the white lines. I try not to hit the white ones, just in between. The purple is really thin and runny. I guess it will cause blobs. And we will see. Okay, next one. Try to go in between those lines. And as you can see, I have a lot of resin left. But anyway. Okay, just let that sit for a couple of minutes. I always take this time and clean up my cups. I put away my resin and my scales and my empty cups and everything. So I will do that. I will clean up and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. So I cleaned up my mess. So now I'm just taking a little stick and we are kind of drawing like petals. We go from the outside to the inside. Like a towel, okay. Like a clock. It's 12, 6, 3, and 9. And as you can see, my resin is moving. So it's way too early for this kind of technique. Then we do just the other sides. Outside to the inside. Don't go in with a torch because this will heaten up your resin and this is exactly what you don't want. The best way is when your resin is starting to thickening up. Like this, like this. You can leave it like that if you like, or, that's where my little mess is here, or you go from inside to the outside. This is what I did with my red coaster. And then we do just a little spiral, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Be careful if you're using a toothpick or anything like that. They are pretty sharp at the end and you can scratch your mold. So I use a, I don't know how they're called, like these big ones here. And I used it a couple of times, so I have a lot of resin on my, on the end. So it's kind of smooth and I cannot scratch my mold, and that is really, really nice for making like petals or these hearts. So just keep them, don't throw them away. Well, that's it. That's the whole trick. This time, as I said, my resin is way too thin, so you really have to wait till it's thickening up. And don't go in with heat. You don't want any movement, so you get those results. This can be a pretty nice result. It just will be different. And I want to show you this video, so I won't wait 24 hours to demold them. If you want to see the result, I can post it in the Facebook group. Well, I give you a close-up how it looks, and yeah, that's it. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, as I mentioned in the beginning, please subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think, and see you again. Bye bye. Okay, here we go. This is the little close-up. So now it's looking like this. It will move a bit because it's too early and the resin is too thin, but it won't move a lot. So it could be a pretty neat result tomorrow. Well, we will see. I upload this video anyway, so you can see how I made those coasters. And yeah, see you soon.